done in 14 karat gold and 10 carats. Now we've got sizes 6 through 11, but I want to let you know that we are extremely limited with what we've been able to bring you today. Now take a look at the price. It's an event price. It's the only one in the show, and I totally know what you're thinking. 6 easy payments of $912.33. It's like, who do I make the check out to? But when I tell you this story, you are gonna think that you have come and gone to the Smithsonian, that they had a sale on one of the most spectacular pieces in their collection, because what you're looking at, 10 carats, diamond accents, beautiful gallery. What you need to know about this Peridot, and Jerome, just a heads up, it may take me a second to tell this story. Our gem buyer, who we love, Peyton Kelly, last year went to an international gem show, and basically there was talk of these premier peridots. And so when you think about peridot, it's that crystal clean, really amazing shade of green that is just breathtaking in its nature. I mean, you can see it from here. It's such a presence. So he ends up going with a vendor that has a vault, that has a safe, that was pretty much brought to this international gem convention that everybody wanted. I mean, it hadn't been opened in 25 years. And what was in this vault were these premier peridots that basically had been mined out last century. I mean, more than 100 years ago. But before then, that incredible mine that hadn't been touched in more than 100 years used to be the same mine that was 120 miles off the coast of Egypt that Cleopatra would get her peridot from. But she thought it was an emerald. And now that we are kind of more educated in the gem world, we realize that this crystal clear gem, this amazing stone, this is the same stone that she kind of used to send her little worker bees to mine to create her jewels, her crowns, all of that. You were getting the same peridot that Cleopatra, the same quality, untouched, but thousands and thousands of years ago. Now you have the opportunity to bring home, which is pretty incredible, because this guy who had this safe that he brought, there were so many few pieces. Back in January, we could only bring 22 pieces here to QVC. That's how limited of a distribution this was. And that's all that we know that are left in existence, that have been mined out, that aren't somewhere across the world in a museum. And I think today, when we've got fewer than a dozen to go around, we do have sizes 6 through 11, but incredibly limited. The idea of Cleopatra, the exoticness, the incredible story that her life tells. I mean, you can look in every single picture book and history book, and she is always adorned in what looks like emeralds, but they're actually these crystal clear peridots that she couldn't get enough of. And from that same mine that all of her crowned jeweled peridots came from, you are getting a ring that is 10 carats in weight. It's highly faceted. I'll show you what it looks like in person, but I just wanted you to know where it came from, because this is one of those once-in-a-lifetime finds that truly, I mean, you think about QVC being in 100 million homes and the fact that they could only get 22 rings. I mean, that's a big, big deal. So you're gonna take a look at this, and I mean, from every angle, that is a chunk of this premier peridot, which is absolutely crystal clear, that is just in a beautiful gallery setting, lifting it up to shine for all of the world to see. You've got diamond accents, which are really lovely, again, adding to this incredible aesthetic. And I mean, the fact that you can be wearing a peridot from the same mine that Cleopatra used to get her peridot from, that hasn't even been mined in more than a century, the turn of the last century, in fact, is pretty incredible. So remember, there are fewer than a dozen to go around. We only brought in 22. That's how limited this was. And nowhere else in the world has these peridots, which is really exciting. So 6 easy payments of $912.33. An amazing opportunity for you to really get a one-of-a-kind piece that you could travel to the ends of the earth to get to, but a lot of people don't have access to it. It's J268963. Hey, still to come in the show, this one is really special because it is 14 karat